Hi, this is Janine Davis of Janine's World, celebrating Women's History Month. I'm here today with the famous Sojourner Truth speech, Ain't I a Woman? She delivered this speech in 1851 at the Women's Convention in Akron, Ohio. What amazes me most about this speech is how relevant it still is today. Here goes. Well, children, there is so much racket here. Must be something out of kilter. I think that twixt the Negroes of the South and the women of the North all talking about rights, the white men will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best places everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arms. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me. Ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most of them sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? They talk about this thing in the head. What they call it? Yeah, that's it. Intellect. That's it, honey. But what's that got to do with women's rights or Negroes' rights? If my cup won't hold but a pint and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? That little man in black there, he says women can't have as much rights as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with them. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it right side up again. And now they're looking to do it. The men better let them. That poem, it just amazes me. There's so many messages in it about women's rights, about rights for African Americans, about affirmative action, about fairness, equality, justice. There's just so much in that speech. And I'm just amazed at how relevant it is still today, more than 150 years later. That's my thoughts on it. Share yours with me. Thanks.